Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live stream on a Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on where you're tuning in from. Today, I'm excited to go and dive into levels of energy when it comes to business. So I'm going to go and dive in and basically show you exactly the different levels of energy when it comes to business. And then you can go and assess for yourself whether you're operating in the top 4%, 18%, or the 78%, which is the majority of the population. So I'm going to do a screen share and I'm going to just kind of show some charts, start this training. So thank you for tuning in. Excited to have you. And I'm going to just do a quick screen share here, pull up my screen. Okay, and we will dive right in. December 14th training right there at the top. All right, so let's just make sure this is streaming into the group. All right, perfect. It looks as if it is. So we have got, welcome to Thrive Thursdays. Today we're going to talk about levels of energy in business, why they're important, how you can go and increase your energy in the business, because the level of energy that you put into your business is a direct correlation to the success and the ease that you have when it comes to getting everything you want out of your business. So this is a very important topic that not enough people go and really pay attention to when it comes to how they're resonating, whether they're having struggles or they're finding it easy to really go and create the life that they want for themselves. So the power of energy in business, we all have all the information that we need in the world. But what we need is more energy clarity and proactive execution, because our minds block us from our natural intuition, flow, and ability to make proper decisions. So that's what implementing energy rituals into your life will do. Anyone who's been following this channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge proponent when it comes to energy in business. I believe that all the most successful people in the world, they have proper energy in their business. They operate at a different level. It's like Tony Robbins says, it's not that people who are in the top 2% are way better than you, way smarter than you, or doing a lot more than you. They're just operating on a different level that you don't really understand. And that's why I love what I do. I love teaching when I teach, and I love going and helping business owners get the transformation they want in their business, because there's absolutely no reason why you should struggle in your business, struggle with staff, struggle with finances, struggle to get time freedom, never have time for your family or your kids, because of the fact that you've bought into this idea from society that you need to work like a slave in your business. No, there's a lot better way. It all comes down to how you're channeling your energy and what you're doing when it comes to your energy. And the energy you're putting into your business is a direct correlation of the success that you get out of your business. So, you know, what energy rituals will do, they'll go and they'll stop the automatic negative thoughts from running our lives, because automatic negative thoughts are what produce an excess of cortisol levels and stress hormones in our body and in our system, which lead to more automatic negative thoughts, which lead to anxiety, depression, burnout, and disease. And that's why you see so many different business owners who go and maybe they'll go and throughout their life, they'll have a decent amount of financial success, but they'll be burnt out, they'll be anxious, they'll go and they'll be depressed, or they'll go and they'll damage their health because they're not operating in a proper way. They don't have a proper level of energy when it comes to their business. So even though they've created success, what was the result? The result was their health took a toll, their relationships took a toll, all of these different things take a toll. So if you're not operating energetically in your business in a proper way, then it's impossible to have like true success in every area of your life. It's just not going to happen. And that's what society teaches us. They teach us basically to be an employee that owns our own job. It's pretty much what they teach us, but they don't really go and teach us what the super wealthy, the super elite, the people who have like the most success in business, what they're actually tapping into and what they're doing. So that's a big thing that I'm into. As all of you know, when it comes to the magic mindset, I believe that energy is everything. You can create anything you want in your life, providing you're willing to go and do the things on a daily basis to make it happen, get the mentorship and the education that you need to make it happen, then you'll see massive success in your life. But if you don't believe that energy comes into play when it comes to business, more than likely you're going to just work really hard, maybe have some success, hurt relationships along the way, hurt your health along the way, all in the hopes of, getting to retire when you're 60, which is really no different than working a job with way more stress than an employee has. So the different levels of energy, there's low frequency energy work, there's medium frequency energy work, and there's high frequency energy work. So low frequency is basically going into work thinking, okay, I don't get paid very well. You leave work feeling drained. You dread Mondays. One day I'll get to do what I really want to do is kind of your perspective and mentality. I feel like somebody else when I'm at work. Work is a grind, and your return on investment is average, maybe even below average. So your action is struggled and your success is struggled. Then there's a medium frequency energy work, which is I get paid what I'm worth. I leave as energized as I come. I don't hate Mondays. So you don't hate Mondays, but you don't love Mondays. You like what you do. You feel like yourself at work. And sometimes it's a hustle. Sometimes you're in a flow state. Your return on investment is good. Your action is average. Your success is average. Once you go and you learn how to go and tap into high frequency work, high energy work by doing energy rituals and constantly coming back to being in your prefrontal cortex rather than your amygdala and really going and focused on your intuition and your gut feelings rather than letting your monkey mind control your business, which most people do, then you're coming at a perspective of I get paid especially well for what I do. I leave more energized than when I come because you actually have a passion and energy for what you do. So the more you do it, the more energy you have. You love Mondays. You love being able to get to work. You don't go and look at it like, oh, I have to work. You look at it like I get to work. It's an opportunity to work. I'm excited to work. So very different perspective, attitude, and energy level. You feel lucky when you get to do what you do. And your work feels like an expression of you. You consistently feel that you're in rhythm, you're in flow. Work doesn't feel like work. You love doing what you do. You love going and making the impact that you're making. It doesn't even feel like work, so you love it. It's awesome. Everything is really good. Everything's in flow state. And in this type of energy frequency, your return on investment is exceptional. The action is easy and the success is easy. So as you can see through low energy work, medium energy work, and high energy work, the results are very different. Your success has struggled and your action struggled, all the way to the other spectrum where action is easy and success is easy. Because success doesn't need to be hard. You just need to go and get your energy in such a way where success becomes easy because the actions that you're doing and the results that you're looking to achieve and the work that you're doing is easy to do because you love it. You have the right perspective around it. So this here is kind of a chart of like the different levels of energy. And this wasn't taken from me. This was taken from, I don't remember the person's name, but this chart basically goes and shows the different levels of energy. And I think it was something Dodson, I think is the one who created this. But either way, 78% of people, they go and they live in these like low frequencies between 0 and 199, which is shame and blame, which is the worst frequency of energy you could actually work in. Then 100 to 199. So this is 80% of the global population, which means that it's 80% of business owners work at these two levels where, they're uncertain, they're unable to relax or focus. Work is about survival. It's not about enjoyment. They're doing what they need to do. The moment you can go and shift from being in a place of survival to a place of actual enjoyment, fulfillment, and wanting to go and make the best impact that you can, your whole business and your whole life's going to transform. It's a matter of moving through these levels of energy and getting to a level of energy where success becomes easy because it's not about survival. It's about enjoyment. You're aligned with your passion, your purpose, your vision. And that's why a lot of people following this channel, you've heard me talk a lot about, really going and nailing down your core values and diving it into what is your purpose, what is your mission, what is your vision, and really attaching yourself to your mission and knowing, what is the vision that you want for your life. Because if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else does. I'm working with like an awesome team of people that I'm working with now. I've learned a lot when it comes to levels of energy, when it comes to going and really being, a creator of your future rather than just a bystander of your future. Rather than life happening to you, life happens through you, right? So it's a lot different of like a perspective and an energy. Then there's 200 to 299, where, it's hard physical work that's created by hard physical work. And there's quite a, there's a small percentage, maybe 8 or 9, 10% that are in here where everything's all right. Life is taking place in the head rather than experientially, and preoccupied with order, safety, security. Money is everything. I'll believe it when I see it type of mentality, really created through hard work and diligence is like 200 to 250. And they're satisfied, relaxation, and comfort rule more than anything else. Fairly positive outlook on life, adventurous, stuck on the verge of acting rather than actually moving forward. And highest rush comes through sex, risky sports, and performing better than their colleagues. So this is not a collaboration game. This is a competition game. So like who can work the hardest, who can go and really go and outshine all of their friends and peers. This is more from a place of like competition rather than collaboration and rather than creation. So, a lot of people will go and have success here. Maybe, 8, 9, 10% of the population will go and get success here. Most, like I said, live in this 80%. So only if you're watching this, how you're running your business. Are you uncertain? Are you unable to relax? Is work about survival? Or are you in shame and guilt? Shame and blame, where it's, wants to hide, lies, has no drive, goals, lover feeling, depressed, victim mentality. Everyone's out to get you. Are you tired, unmotivated, self-loathing? You don't work out of joy, but you want to avoid punishment and disapproval. So you work because you feel you have to. And strong preoccupation with the past. You're constantly living in the past and totally obsessed about what other people think of you. And a lot of people live in these frequencies. Unfortunately, 80% of the population live in these two frequencies of energy. And only when you go and you start moving up the chain, you're going to go and you're going to see some of the most influential people in the world going and living in these high frequencies. So like, let's say you're Jeff Bezos, your Elon Musks, they might be around 500, 550. Where they're admirers of beauty in all life, they're imaginative, they genuinely care for others, they overcome problems easily and quickly, they completely trust, they have full trust on their life, they're owners of their life, they manifest things, they're intuitive, they're present, they're unconditionally appreciative, and they control their self first. Or, meaning drives them, interest and attention and concentration are their superpower. They prioritize being versus doing. So being a person of success, like an inventor, a genius, shifts the energy of the room, a Renaissance man or woman. So, you see a lot of the top performing people in the world, they're operating in these, and this is how they create their success, through mental work and through natural action, because they're mentally in such a place and they're resonating at such an energy where their actions are natural. It's very easy for them to have success. That's why you see some people, they're billionaires, they lose everything and then they get it all back again because naturally it's easy for them. So this is the energy everyone should strive to, be towards, because now you're hopeful, you're happy, you're responsible and disciplined, you're self-motivating, you're productive. Or, you have great concentration, intention, interest, attention to detail. You're an inventor, a genius. You can shift the energy of the room. Most people look at you as lucky or madly successful, and you're unexplainably successful. Life is a game that wants to be learned and then played with skill. So this is kind of, where intelligence, creativity, manifestation, acceptance, clarity, willingness, harmony, power, and love, this is the highest levels of energy. And unfortunately, only 3.4% of people live in that type of energy. And then, once you get towards the top 540 to 1,000, these are like, monks, people who are in deep meditation, hours and hours upon each day. They don't really care about the worldly life. They don't really care about money. They're just in a place of complete peace and harmony. And they just basically create the life that they want with their intention and their decisions. So this is a very small percent of the population that are in this type of energy level. And these are kind of the different levels of energy. So a few quotes, around levels of energy. One of them is, energy and persistence conquer all things, Benjamin Franklin. It's the space between the notes that make the music, Claude Debussy. I love this one. This one, actually, I heard for the first time through the person down here, Andrew Cruzy, who's a good friend of mine. And, he goes and he says, what drains your spirit drains your energy. What fuels your spirit fuels your energy. So if you're doing things in your life that you absolutely enjoy doing, you love doing, like, for example, just because it's a situation I could kind of talk about, is helping business owners break free from the emotional chains of owning a business. I absolutely love doing that. I love having the opportunity to do that. So to me, it doesn't even feel like work. I love going and, being able to connect with different people, get on strategy calls, get on success planning calls, get to understand their goals, their dreams, their passions. What do they want out of life? What's not looking good in their business right now? What do they want to change right now? I've got a cert session later tonight with one of my clients, and we get to dive into some deep subconscious stuff from their childhood. What's holding them back? What's hurting their future? All of those type of things. So I'm really excited about that because of the fact that get to help him break through from things that, probably been negatively affecting his life for the last 30 years. And that, it fills my cup. It fills me with joy because of the fact that I know how he's going to feel after we do the work. And he's going to feel like a totally different person than he's felt in the last 20, 30 years. And at the same time, I've had the ability and the privilege to have the last 17 years of my life where I've dove deep into subconscious emotional release technique. I know how to go and shift energy. I know how to go and find deep core emotional issues that are hurting people's success, happiness, freedom, health, prosperity, relationships, finances. I can find it within 10, 15 minutes. Doesn't matter if it happened when they were 6 years old or 9 years old or 11 years old, because the body doesn't lie. We're all about energy, and you can find those issues, you can fix those issues, and completely transform somebody's life and send their whole life in a total different trajectory just by being able to go and shift thoughts and beliefs that they have that are holding them back. So for myself, I love the fact that I get to do that with all my clients. I get to jump on a search session with them. I get to see exactly what are the deep core things that are holding back your income, your business, your happiness, your relationships. So what's hurting your health? Let's fix them. Let's get them gone in an hour. Then let's go and move on to restructuring your beliefs, reframing your belief systems, your thought patterns. Let's get you success like you've never had before, and getting to do that over a 90-day period. That's why I absolutely love, being able to go and create the program that I created with the Magic Mindset Method and work with clients one-on-one and do the subconscious emotional release technique that I know how to do, because I know that success really comes down to your beliefs and your thoughts, because they drive your emotions and feelings, which will make your decisions and your actions go and create the results that you have. So if your beliefs and thoughts aren't right, then nothing else will be right. So many people are trying to force financial success, and they've got all these thoughts and beliefs that are not in line with the financial success they want. So they'll spend 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, some people, unfortunately, just living in total denial about why their life isn't the way they want it to be, rather than getting to the core of why it's not the way it needs to be, making the internal shifts first to have the external success, abundance, and freedom that they want, because it all comes from within. So many people think, oh, if I go and I hit a certain number, then, oh, I'm going to be fulfilled, or life's going to be awesome if I can get to a certain amount of money per month in my business. But really, as soon as you get to that level, the number will just move somewhere else. So it really doesn't matter what your number is, the number will move somewhere else. You'll never truly be satisfied unless you dive within and actually find out what is holding back your income level, your happiness, your business, your problems or lack of problems with employees, picking the right people, all of the things that really matter in life, all comes down to our views and perceptions on life. So that's why it's very important to be able to go and shift those perspectives and thoughts. So that is really it. I'm going to stop the screen share. And sorry. Nope, not new share. I just go here and oh, there we go. Stop share. So yeah, that is basically what is the big things, the big movers and shakers when it comes to life, when it comes to business, is what is your level of energy? How are you going to work every day? How much do you enjoy the work that you do? And as soon as you can go and shift your thoughts and beliefs and make them more alignment with the things that you actually want, then you can really have transformation. And that's why I absolutely love working with people and having them realize that, all the things that happened in our past, it's not our fault. It's our responsibility to fix them, especially if we want the life that we want and we want to have it. And we come to the realization and stop being, I guess the best way of saying it is stop being trying to convince ourselves that it has nothing to do with us, because really everything is a result of us, the way that we think, the way that we the things that we believe, the way that we act, the actions that we take. Really, success is a culmination of the decisions you make. But if your decisions are not great decisions because they're just in alignment with your thoughts and beliefs, until you dive into those thoughts and beliefs, then you can't really create the life that you want. And that's the thing that I love about being able to do the work that I do with the Magic Mindset Method and create the program that I created over 90 days, is the fact that I get to take somebody from step A, like really step one, break all the negative beliefs and thoughts they have around their business that are keeping them stuck, that maybe they've been ignoring for a year or 2 years, 5 years. Because a lot of people have financial success and they're still miserable because they're not looking after the things that really need to be looked after. And then after that happens, then you can go and restructure and reframe things. Then you can go and you can add consistency and discipline. Then you can go and add vision and purpose and passion into what you do. Then within 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, your life looks vastly different. And then you look back at, the initial investment that you make, and it was the best money you ever spent, because your life would be absolutely exactly the same if you never made that decision to make that investment. And that's the thing with business. A lot of people have no problem going and spending tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to open up a business, but they have a hard time going and spending the money they need on themselves to actually successfully have a business and be successful and have success in all areas of their life, because it doesn't just come down to the finances. Finances are great. Yeah, everybody needs money to live. But really, once you have a house to live in, a car to live in, a car to drive, and you've got food on the table and you've got water to drink, really, once you have the basic necessities, then really everything else is just basically buying time, buying freedom, and having nicer things. Really, that's all it comes down to. Someone who's living off of, $30,000 a month in pay lives pretty much the same as someone making $100,000 or $200,000 a month in pay. All of their basic necessities are still looked after. They still have a nice car, a nice house, a nice life. Really, life doesn't change very much once you get to a certain level. But at the same time, if your thoughts and beliefs are not in alignment with having great relationships with your wife, with your kids, with your husband, to having time freedom, have trust, and having an ability to relinquish control in your small business so that you can actually have time freedom, then all of that stuff, comes into play in a big way when it comes to your life. Because even though you might have financial success, you don't have the life that you want. So that's why it's so important to make those shifts. So I hope everyone got a lot of value from this live training, levels of energy. I hope you're able to go and identify, what level of energy are you at? How are you operating your business? And if any of you want to make those shifts in that business, should make shifts in yourself, in your thought process, in your beliefs and thoughts, and the business success that you want going forward, then send me a DM. And let's jump on a quick phone call, 15 minutes. Let's talk about your goals, your dreams, and let's talk about what's holding you back. I know because I used to be there 10 years ago when I owned my chain of cupcake shops and I had a whole bunch of locations. On the outside, I looked, financially, like I was doing really well, had multiple locations, invested a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get those multiple locations, had 20 employees, had a thriving business. But at the same time, I was miserable. Life was not amazing, and it was only until I learned that thoughts and beliefs create your reality and create the quality of your life, and I started investing in the right things. That's when my whole life has been able to change. And that's how, I've been able to go and move with my family to beautiful Greece. My wife and my kids, we live in Greece in Nafpaktos. It's absolutely beautiful right now. It's December 15th. There's no snow on the ground. We went for a walk. It was 20 degrees out today. Still kind of cold for the winter time, still kind of cold, to go swimming, but at the same time, the weather is pretty amazing. And it was a conscious decision we got to make because of the fact that I decided years ago to live life on my terms, do things the way I want to do them, and create a life around that. Rather than having my business control my life, I control my business and I control the lifestyle that I have. So it really comes down to that. But I do understand where you're coming from, because probably for 10 years, I was miserable in business. I had lots of employees, lots of stress, pressure, anxiety. I wasn't reaching my goals. I had all the wrong thoughts and beliefs around business. I had a hard time trusting people. I procrastinated on a whole bunch of different things when it comes to things that I knew I needed to do for my business that I didn't do, or great ideas that I had that never got implemented because my thoughts and beliefs would not allow me to implement them. So really, I implore anyone, if you're watching this, if you're stuck in your business, reach out to someone and get some help. Because mentorship, what it does is it just compresses time. You get a mentor, you can either spend time or you can spend money. You can either spend, 5, 10 years trying to figure it out on your own, or you can spend some money and do it in 30 days, do it in 60 days, do it in 90 days, right? And really compress time. And that's exactly, what I did when it comes to some of the mentors that I've had the ability and I've had the opportunity to work with. I could have spent way more time going and learning what I've learned and doing what I do. Or instead, I just invested 5,000 here, 8,000 here, 10,000 here, wherever I needed to. And I just compressed time. Now, basically, I have a lot of the knowledge of all these people who spent a lot more money than I spent, who taught me and expedited it. So they put in the time to learn what they needed to learn. And I basically bought the time by going and paying for the mentorship and going through the program and learning what I needed to learn to expedite my life. So really it comes down to, you're paying one way or another. You're either paying with time or paying with money. I'd much rather pay with money because you could always make money. Time, it's finite. You only have a certain amount of it. I don't like wasting it. So rather than being in a business that I'm not totally fulfilled with, not totally getting the results I want from, rather than going and spending another 5, 10 years wasting my time trying to figure it out, I'd much rather just talk to somebody and hire somebody who has done the transformation already. They spent 7, 10 years. They put in all the time and effort to basically get where they want to get. Let them help me get there really quickly and pay them to go and basically compress time, because time's one thing you don't get back. So hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you very much for tuning in. If any of you want to jump on a call, send me a DM. Let's get on a phone call. Let's talk about your beliefs, your thoughts, your goals, your business bottlenecks, what you want to accomplish, what challenges you're facing, and let's fix them. Maybe I can go and, maybe you're a good fit for the program. Maybe you're not. Maybe I just give you a lot of free resources that help you in a big way, and we have an awesome conversation, get to know each other. Either way, it's definitely worth getting on the phone, having a phone call, and really getting to know each other better, for sure. So hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.